Hey everyone, this is my review of EXP Realty. I've been with the company for 2 years now, and I'm going to go over why I joined EXP and also what my experience has been like. I've got some notes on the side that I'm going to refer to give you some hard numbers. So if you're considering joining EXP, you might find this helpful. So the summary of why I joined was something that Sheryl Sandberg, who's CEO of Facebook, she had said a while back, and that is, if you were offered a seat on a rocket ship, you don't ask what seat, you just get on. And a friend of mine, Brant Phillips, introduced me to EXP. He was a very well-known real estate investor in the Houston area, written several books. He was on Inc. Magazine's top 5,000 fastest growing companies, very respected, humble guy, and he did a lot of training and mentoring to real estate agents and investors. So when he mentioned, it was like, hey, look, you ought to check this thing out. You can actually build wealth and passive income through real estate. Through your real estate license, there's a brokerage out there that allows you to build wealth and passive income. So I was like, okay, tell me about it. And I very reluctantly, I went out just because I respected him, and he showed it to me, and I was like, wow, this does look pretty cool. It's kind of a no-brainer. Why not? Because one thing that I understood very well was how to build equity, how to build wealth, and how to build passive income. Because as a real estate investor, it was something I did on a daily basis. And I knew that my real estate license did not offer me any way to create passive income or build equity. And that's something that I think a lot of agents overlook when they're looking into EXP. It's the wealth building play. It's the equity play, because agents can go out there and they can work 50, 60 hours a week, 5, 6, 7 days a week for the next 20 years in a increasingly competitive industry. It's stressful. I mean, it's fun, but I mean, let's call a spade a spade. It's stressful at times, and dealing with various situations or just dealing with lead generation and the ups and downs of the market. It's stressful, but this is a market that in an industry that's commoditizing agents with great big tech companies out there that are ultimately putting a squeeze on commissions, and that's going to continue over time. So agents could work really hard in that type of environment for 20 years, and at the end of the day, they don't have any equity in their business. And I don't think most agents realize that. So they are essentially owner of a job that they're going to work really hard, and you can make a lot of money. But at the end of the day, when it comes time to retire, they couldn't sell their business. Unless you bought into a franchise and you built it to a certain size, yeah, you could probably sell that, or an independent brokerage where you had 100 plus agents and you want to take on all that risk and the financial responsibility and headaches throughout the years to do that. You could sell that, but for most agents and team leaders, you can't sell your business. It has no equity whatsoever other than what your lock boxes are worth and your metal frame signs. And who knows, like 20 years from now, we probably won't even be using those. So I realized that. And when he was like, hey, look, you could build equity just when you're selling houses, like earning stock in the company. And I mean, who knows what the stock price will do tomorrow? I mean, it could be $1, it could be $200, who knows? But at the end of the day, it's worth something, and what you have right now is zero. And it's something that I realized. I was like, hey, look, over time, I'm going to be doing a lot of transactions, going to be talking with a lot of agents, going to be networking with a lot of agents. Like, it just makes sense. Like, why would I not do this? And why would I not choose to build equity and build passive income? So that's what I did. And this has been incredibly impactful on my business, my financial planning. We just hit Icon. And so if you don't know what the Icon Agent Award is, it's an award for agents that hit a certain production. They'll give you the $16,000 cap that you paid in. They'll give it back to you as a stock award. And for those agents, they effectively don't have a cap because you get it back. And that's been truly amazing. So just hit Icon Agent Award, and I was doing some tallying of the total revenues and just everything that's happened with EXP, and I wanted to share that. So I've accumulated between stock awards, those are awards that they were given to me, and then through the agent equity program, that's the 401k kind of like program. It's voluntary, where you can buy stock at a 10% discount using your commission. So between both of those, I've accumulated about 1,500 shares of stock. Now, I'm not a stock guy. I like real estate. I like real estate investing, love rental properties, do a lot of flips and Airbnb. So I'm definitely not a stock guy, and the only stock I own is EXP. But I've accumulated 1,500 shares, and here's the cool thing. Of the shares that I paid, less than $10,000. It's less than $10,000. The market price today for all the shares that I have is over $100,000. I have $100,000 in equity based on today's price. Who knows what it'll do tomorrow, but about over $100,000 an equity in my business that if I would have stayed with the same flat fee company that I was before, not only it would have costed me more operationally, but I would not have any equity whatsoever. Zero. And this is what I think is just absolutely phenomenal. The opportunity that agents have now to build their financial future, build a retirement within their business, and they don't have to think about anything else. They should. You should still get out and look at it for other investments. You should go out and buy rental properties. You should do other investments, but you don't have to. And this could be just an extra layer, a part of your financial plan to increase your wealth and your passive income and plan for your retirement, right? So I've done that within 2 years. And actually it's more like a 1.5 because we were working with some other agents that they weren't with EXP at the time. They are now. And I didn't want to take those listings from them. Even though I was licensed, I had them work those listings. There were some investment projects for us. So really, it's about 1.5 years that I've been able to accumulate so much stock. And I'm actually not even a high volume guy. A lot of this stuff is just our flips. And then we've got some clients that we've been working with over the years. So as far as stock, yeah, over $100,000 in equity that I have today. And if I would have done nothing, that would be zero. Big win, big win. Imagine what that would be over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Like, what is that going to look like? Recruiting. So a lot of people think that, like, oh, EXP is just this big recruiting company. And it is true that they reward you very well for recruiting and referring agents to the company. That's really part of the entire compensation model of EXP is compensation based on contribution. If you're out there selling a ton of houses, like, you'll earn a lot of stock. If you're out there recruiting agents, you'll earn some nice passive income. But there's zero requirement, pressure, obligation to recruit anyone at any time. The company really doesn't even talk about it. I do realize what's going on in the industry, and I saw that early on, although I didn't quite think it would go be this quick and grow this quickly. But I'm not really a big recruiter. Quite frankly, I'm probably not the best recruiter, but I am fortunate to work with some of the top guys in the company. And I'm also fortunate to experience a lot of valuable information and resources that agents look for real estate investing, private lending, contractor management, how to do flips, how to do rentals. And that's attracted a lot of agents over that just want to work with us and work with our team. And people like Brant Phillips and Connor Steinbrück with social media and Pat Hayes and just some of the greatest agents in the entire company. But I've only recruited at this time 11 personal agents that are active in the company right now. But that has evolved into 69 agents across 9 different states. And here's the cool thing. Well, actually, before I get into that. So think about that. My old brokerage, like if I referred people to them, which I did, and I didn't really have any incentive to do that, but people would ask me and I'd tell them, and it didn't really matter to me if they joined or not. But with the EXP, folks would ask me and I'd be happy to tell them. And then also, I would tell friends and colleagues about, hey, what's going on and what the opportunity is. So I was essentially able to turn 11 agents, and through the duplication model, that has grown to 69. Most of those 69 agents, I don't know, probably never meet. And they're out there doing their own business. Some of them are taking advantage of some of our resources. Some of them just want to get out there and sell houses. So they're out there hustling, running their business, and it's growing every single month. That number gets bigger and bigger. We've had, I think, 8 join in the last 30 days. And it's truly amazing because they're changing their lives through EXP's model. And just through the duplication model, it's changing our business, and it's very revolutionary. If you break it down and you really understand the numbers, it's truly revolutionary. So this is what that really equates to, because agent count really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have 1, 100, 1,000 agents on your team. What matters is selling houses. That's what matters. Nobody earns anything without selling houses. So here's a look at the numbers. In 2019, at the end of the year, I had 64 transactions on the books. This is between me and everyone on the team. I think at that time, I'd have to go back and look. I didn't write this down, but there's probably 20 something agents on the team, maybe 30, but I think it was closer to 20. In 2020, by the time this year ends, we'll have 185 transactions between my personal transactions and all the transactions on the team. So that's over a 290% increase in transactions that did not cause an additional, it didn't cause any extra overhead for me, any extra hassle. I didn't have to go out and review all those contracts. I didn't have to approve them. I didn't have to answer questions. EXP did that. They got 600 employees in the back office, in the cloud, and brokers in all 50 states and the other countries that they're in, handling all of that for me. But I was able to grow my transaction count by 290% just by talking to a couple other agents, because I've only recruited 11, right? One of those agents in Florida, Matt Gardner, he's got a team like of 30. So he's been very phenomenal. And on top of that, he hit Icon his second year in the business, just a second year as an agent. So it's that collaboration and duplication that really shines the light on how powerful the revenue sharing model is if you want to take advantage of it. But you don't have to. And it's completely optional. It's there. And what I encourage agents to think about is, no, you may not be someone who wants to go out and recruit 100 agents or even 10. But over, say, the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to be meeting and making friends, and you already have friends in the industry. And you're probably going to want to share like the good things that are going on in your business, right? And EXP is such an amazing business model and it's changing lives. Like, why would you not share it with them? And in the event that you do, you'll get compensated for that. So just even passively referring agents to the company over 5-10 year period, like even if you were just get an extra 5 or 10 agents that gave you $1,000, $2,000 a month, what would that do? What does that look like for your financial future and for your family and your kids and your retirement and your fund money or anything else that you want? What does that look like? And if you extrapolate that plus the stock, plus all the commissions that you're earning over 5, 10, 20 years, like what does that number really look like? That's what agents need to be doing, taking a full financial audit of their current business, every line item, every expense with their income, compare that apples to apples with EXP, and then extrapolate that number over a 5 to 10 year period. And this doesn't even get into the technology and tools that would allow agents to grow their business through KV Core. Like KV Core alone, $500 a month in the open market. Like you don't have to be a part of EXP to get it, but EXP gives it to you for free. Well, it's $500 a month because it's industry-leading CRM and lead generation platform that has incredible behavioral analytics to make sure that those leads that are coming into your database, that they don't just fall out and get lost. So things like that are just truly, truly amazing. So I hope this review is helpful. I guess I'll throw in some critiques to EXP. I think EXP is the greatest company out there as far as a brokerage and that's really looking out for the agents and wants to make sure that the agent's financial and business health is in top shape. But they don't do property management. That's something that I hope that they get into in their near future. And they've added so many extra value adds since I joined, like healthcare. They didn't have that whenever I joined. Express offers, they didn't have that when I joined. And they've added and they've improved on a lot of other things, like the training. They went from like 30 hours a week to 50 hours a week. Like it's gotten even better. But so property management, I'm sure they'll get into that at some point. They just recently added commercial, and I'm hoping they'll expand on those benefits for the commercial agents out there that would like to take advantage of the platform. And I think those are my main critiques. Property management, just because I know so many investors that do property management that they would love to come. And if you're doing it for your own properties, it's okay. It's just if you're managing third party, you're not able to, with some exceptions. If you're a broker in some states like Texas, there are ways that you can basically hold that property management on the outside and come over as an individual agent. But it's only some exceptions for brokers, and hopefully they'll make more exceptions and make that more free in the future. So, but ultimately, it's been really exciting. It's been very financially rewarding, and I'm looking forward to the growth. We just went into like 5 other countries in a pandemic. Like, what is this going to look like? Stock prices been hovering a little over $70 a share this week, and who knows what it's going to be like tomorrow, next month, next year. But I think with the growth that we're seeing and the disruptive nature of the industry and then how EXP is playing into that, and also the company's ability to take on strategic partners both through acquisition, like buying Success Magazine, buying Verbella, and then preferred partnerships, really bullish on the outlook, and it's gonna be exciting. So if you have any interest at all in EXP and talking about it more, you can just contact me, send me a message, shoot me a note in the comments, send me an email, look me up on social media. If you're looking to join, you can join at chrisbounds.exprealty.careers. There's links in the notes. If you want to see a full breakdown of EXP Realty, the full breakdown, the entire business model, I've got a link in the notes, and look forward to working with you. We do a ton of stuff with invested agents, which we talked about that in the full breakdown at the end of the video. I'll talk about what we're doing with invested agents, leveraging our experience as real estate investors to help agents on our team. So hope you enjoyed this video. Click like, comment below. Talk to you again.